Hello and welcome back to Snips Adventures. I'm Christy and I actually just got back from New York Comic Con a few days ago. This year I could only go one day, which was Thursday. So Thursday, October 9th was the first day of New York Comic Con and that is the day I got to go. So here's my badge. I had it on my 21 Pilots lanyard, and this year I cosplayed as a Bandito Jedi. So I took my two favorite things, Star Wars and 21 Pilots, and I combined them together. So that was my cosplay. I usually try to go 2 days. I think 2 days is the perfect mix, especially if you're not meeting celebrities. If you're meeting celebrities, you might even want some more just to be able to fit in everything. But yeah, it was really chaotic because, as I said, we were only able to go one day this year. This was my 5th time going to New York Comic Con. It was my 4th year in a row. My first time was in 2018, and then I didn't go back until 2022 just because of COVID and some other things. But yeah, I've been going every year since 2022, and I just had a ball. It was so much fun. I went under my budget, so this is not the biggest haul ever, but I think the stuff that I got was still pretty dang cool. So that's what we're gonna go through now, and be sure to stick to the end of the video because I'm going to make a giveaway announcement that you will find on my Instagrams. So at stipsandco_ and at Admiral Reed. So at the end of the video, I will be going over a few of the things that I'm going to be giving away. So be on the lookout. First up, this ginormous bag from DC. Do you see this thing? And I'll tell you what is in this ginormous bag that I bought from them. This. I got one thing and that's what they gave me. I got a Batman pin. So it's like the new Batman logo. It says it was an exclusive, so I'm assuming that means New York Comic Con exclusive, or is it just like a DC online, I don't know exclusive to what, but this was actually my last purchase of the con, so it's funny that it's the first thing I'm showing you, but I become a really big fan of Batman, as you'll see from a few of the things I bought recently. So picked up this pin from the DC booth. This is the first time DC had a booth in a really long time. I think it's my first time I've ever seen a DC booth at New York Comic Con, and it was awesome. They had like all art around the whole area. They had a bunch of the Batman Legos, so that was pretty awesome. And then these two I did not get from the DC booth, but I just put my other pins in here. So first up, we'll start with the one that I got from Hallmark. And I got Snoopy. I love Snoopy. He's right there on my shelf if you couldn't see. So this is a convention exclusive. I think they only had it at San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Con, and I love Hallmark, so I definitely wanted to buy something there. So I ended up going with this Snoopy pin. You'll see that I really love pins, and I had to cut myself off. I was like, Christy, no more pins, no more pins. So yeah, I made this purchase about midday. As I said, I really love Hallmark, and I also really like about the Hallmark booth is that you could give them your phone number to get rewards. I don't think you can use your rewards there, but you can at least get them towards your purchase. So that was my second pin purchase. And then, would you look at that again? I have more pins. So these say it's from a shop called Quest, and it's Pin Plug. So Pin Plug were the creator of these, and they were only $10 each, which I just could not believe it. So I got this Darth Maul one. And yeah, it says www.pinplug.com. I thought he looked real awesome. I think he looks so good. They had a few Star Wars ones, but I went with Maul because Maul is my favorite like dark side user. I think he's so cool. Maul is just awesome. And then, as I was saying, Batman, I'm a really big Catwoman fan. So they had her from the animated series, which I only have 4 episodes left. I finished like the original, and now I'm like on the new Adventures, but it's still considered like Batman the animated series. I only have like 4 episodes left, but I got like the original Catwoman. So this pin and my Batman pin are gonna go on my Batman pin board that I'm making. I only have 3 pins on it right now, so these are gonna add actually a really nice to my collection. So I'm super happy with this purchase. My brother got a Godzilla t-shirt from that booth too. I don't think I've seen them there before, so I really enjoyed these. I think they look so awesome. And then the next one, because we're on the pins, is actually not my purchase, but I think me and my brother are gonna share it. And it's just too cool not to show you. So technically it is my brother's. So last year, Fig Pin had the glittery Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, and this year they have Uncle Iroh. And then my other brother, who didn't go to Comic-Con, Uncle Iroh's his favorite, so I'm pretty sure this is just going to be shared amongst the 3 siblings, this fake pin, because it is so awesome. It still does have the covering on it, so it's not as like clear, I think, in the photo, but it's limited edition to 500, I believe. It's a just New York Comic-Con exclusive. It's Uncle Iroh. He is all glittery. We're big fake pin fans. We always try to buy like one at New York Comic-Con every single year. And my biggest advice with these boots is if you're going somewhere, like DC had a huge line in the beginning of the day, Fake Pin had a huge line in the beginning of the day, just go at night, because usually Fake Pin, only the anime stuff is sold out if you go at night, but for the most part, and we go on Thursday, so that's a whole nother story as well. We get first picks as everything. It's like a give or take, because on Sunday you could get really good deals. I just saw a publisher post today, because I'm filming this on the Sunday of New York Comic Con. They're doing 50% off all books today. So you're not gonna get that on Thursday, because that's when people are gonna make the most money, but that is when you're also gonna have the most stock available. So I don't know if you're not gonna go on Thursday, if that hack works, but at least for me and my brother, like, I don't even think DC was sold out of anything yet, except the mystery box, and the same thing with Fig Pin, the mystery box, and a few of the anime ones. But yeah, if you wait, then you don't have to worry. And this is limited edition 500. Me and my brother, this was the second to last purchase. So we made this one, and then we made the DC one, and then we had like 20 minutes left and just walked around the con. So yeah, this was our Uncle Iroh glittery limited edition fake pin. That's so cool. Next up is arguably, I have 2 favorite purchases. So one of them we're gonna get to later, one of them we're getting to now. I love How to Train Your Dragon. You guys know that. I have a whole video on my page about How to Train Your Dragon, and I've been wanting the mystery Loungeflies, like the mystery mini Loungeflies. I don't have any of them. I'm a huge Loungefly fan. If you guys would like a video of my Loungefly collection, I would totally do it. It's actually bad. It's an addiction I have to Loungefly. But anyway, I made a YouTube short about how I got this baby. So if you want to go check out my YouTube short on the mystery unboxing, that's over on my shorts. But this is actually my favorite thing that my parents like this the most on all my haul. So it is a mystery mini Loungefly. So it's a keychain, but it's literally a mystery Loungefly. It has these straps. Not mystery Loungefly, mini Loungefly, sorry guys. It opens, so you can fit like little coins. I fit a pair of socks in there, and it even has like their little like tab right there. So I got Toothless, which was my #1 pick. I really, really wanted this guy. I hung him on a few of my Loungeflies so far, and he's just perfect. As I said, big fan of Loungefly. I got this from the comic shop. They're a Loungefly retailer. I picked up an actual Loungefly from them last year at New York Comic Con, and this year I picked up this little guy. I adore him. He's so cute. And speaking of cute, are these earrings, and I was the last person to get them. It is these black cats with hearts. I hope you guys can see them. But yeah, they're just this random earrings that I picked up. I have 2 black cats. One of them was also featured in my How to Train Your Dragon video, but as a black cat lover, I needed these in my life. I cannot wait to wear them soon. And then we'll go to my sticker. I got 1 sticker, so this is from the Art of Megan Whitney. I'll show you guys that. I already have a ton of her stickers I got at MakeACon. So at MakeACon, I got 4 stickers, and they're all currently on my water bottle. I literally showed her and her husband my water bottle because I took it to me with New York Comic Con. So I was like, girl, I already have all yours. I don't know if I'm going to use this as a sticker. I kind of just want to stick it on my wall because it's utterly gorgeous. It's Cinderella's Castle from Walt Disney World. They also had, I do adore Aurora more than Cinderella, but I am a Disney World girl. So, and this was just so utterly stunning. Like, I literally walked up, I saw it, and I took my money out. Like, there was not even like, should I get it? Like, no. I was like, oh, I'm buying this. And I love her artwork. I just have all her stickers because, as you can probably tell, I don't really have room for wall space. But another one of my favorite stickers is she has Belle reading a book. And that one's on my water bottle, but this was just so utterly stunning. And then next up was this bookshop, a comic shop, I'm assuming. I didn't catch their name, but they only had trade paperbacks, which is what I am a fan of. I'm starting to get into comics now, and I've read a few of the Star Wars ones, but now I'm getting more into like DC. And they had 25% off everything, all their trade paperbacks. So I was gonna get more, but I need to I still have so much to read. But as I said, I'm a used Batman, I'm a used Catwoman fan. So I got the Batman Catwoman Tom King run trade paperback for 25% off. So I mean, it's a deal and it's something I've been wanting to read, so that's awesome. Next up, this was a 2-shirt purchase, and one of these shirts is my other favorite thing I got. So every single year at New York Comic Con, the Bronx Zoo is there. At least the past, I think 2 years ago was their first year there. And I love zoos. I adore animals. I'm a really big fan of like wild animals, wild cats especially. So I always try to support the Bronx Zoo. Bronx Zoo is actually like the #1 place on my bucket list. I've been to the Central Park Zoo. I've been to a few zoos in New Jersey. I just never made it around to the Bronx Zoo, even though I've been wanting to go for years. So anyway, 2 years ago, I got this little rhino plushie. Last year, I got a little zebra plushie. Now I remember. And this year, they upped their games and they got shirts. So the first one I got, I'm going to show you my favorite one first. So I don't know. They didn't say this was an exclusive, so I don't know if you could pick it up at the zoo. You might actually be able to, but don't count me on it. But it's the Otter Strike Back. So it's basically, it's the Empire Strike Back logo, but with otters everywhere. And it's just the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. And then it says Bronx Zoo, New York City in the Star Wars font. Like, are you kidding me? Immediate buy. This was immediate buy. And then, so it was 2 shirts, like it was a 2-shirt deal. And I was gonna get one that was like the Jurassic Park logo. Instead of Jurassic Park, it said Giraffe Park. And instead of like a T-Rex, it was a giraffe. It was amazing. But I ended up getting this shirt, which this one they told me was a New York Comic Con exclusive. So it says, meanwhile, at the Bronx Zoo in like comic book font. And it's just a bunch of the animals in like orange and white. And then on the sleeve, it says New York Comic Con 2025. So like just the little New York Comic Con thing is on the logo. So this one is definitely a New York Comic Con exclusive. And the lady working there was wearing it, and she was the funniest person ever. She was such a sweetheart. And yeah, so those were my other favorite purchases. And now let's go on to books. So this stuff, that was actually all my purchases. That's everything I bought out of pocket. And this stuff is all things I brought from home. So first up is I got Shadow of the Sith signed by Adam Christopher. He was actually surprised that it was the Barnes & Noble's exclusive. He saw the poster inside because I don't take my posters out for the most part. And he followed me on Admiral Reads a few days before the show, before the Comic-Con. So he like knew who I was, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, the first stop of the day was the Penguin Random House booth to pick up this ticket to get the signature. And here it is. So it says, to Christie, the Empire may be dead, but the shadow of the Sith remains. And then he signed it for me. And with that signing, he has a book coming out in November for Darth Vader. So I got a free poster. So it's the Master of Evil cover. And then it says, to Christie, his signature, NYCC 2025. And I think I'm assuming number 10 means I got the 10th poster. So I was the 10th person in line, which number 10 is a pretty cool number to have. So yeah, I got this poster for free, which was pretty dang awesome. And he signed it for me, which I loved. I also have the Living Force poster from a couple years ago from John Jackson Miller signed. And then, did I mention that Timothy Zahn is my favorite author? So Timothy Zahn was at New York Comic Con last year. I actually gifted him one of my canvases, and that was like the best day ever because like I always wanted to meet him, and I never thought he would like come near me, and then he did, and then he's near me for 2 years. We'll start with the one that fell, and actually my favorite one. I have the French edition of Chaos Rising, which is my favorite book, and this cover is like the most stunning thing. So I got this signed by him. Here it is. I'm just gonna show you guys one book of the signature because it just says the same thing. So it's like, to Christy, and he dates all his stuff. So I got some more of my Timothy Zahn books signed, and at this point I almost have all of them signed. And then I also got Choices of One signed. I got The Last Command, Vision of the Future, and Dark Force Rising. So those are all my Timothy Zahn books I got signed. And I did also get one more signed, but not to me. So this is a just signed copy of The Last Command. So it is just signed by him, not made out to anyone. And I will be doing a giveaway for this on my Instagram. So be on the lookout for giveaway posts on both at Snips & Co. and at Amala Reeves. And I will be giving this away along with a few other goodies, including this free pin of IG-11 I got at Hallmark. So there's going to be a few little things included in this giveaway, including a signed Timothy Zahn book. Everything's free, you just need to live in the US. So be sure to follow my Instagrams to see that post of this giveaway of what I got. But yeah, New York Comic Con 2025 is over. I can't believe it. I had like the best time ever. I got such cute stuff. I can't wait to display it. I can't wait to wear my shirts. Can't wait to find a home for everything. And I cannot wait for next year. Next year, I definitely want to go back to going 2 days this year. Just couldn't make it work. But yeah, I cannot wait for next year. I cannot wait to go to another Comic-Con. It's like you always get like the bug. You always want to go to more. But yeah, that was my New York Comic-Con 2025 haul. And I hope you guys enjoy. Until the next adventure, I'll see you. Bye.